Quran tells us to have fasting for 2 months or 1 month or whatever it is. So such crimes for which one seeks pardon of Allah, or such omissions for which one seeks pardon of Allah, can also be pardoned with the help of this additional sacrifice. You see?
Okay.
So that's the only reason. Otherwise, the month of fasting is the only month which is compulsory, and the rest is just optional, and it's promoted but not essential for anybody to keep.
So, thanks, Jamal. My question is, what's Islam's view on suicide, taking one's own life, and the path the soul follows?
You see, the principle of taking life is the same which applies to taking other life or your own life. The life does not belong to you. It is created with a purpose, and it is the Creator who has the ultimate decision in this matter, whether to call somebody back to Him or not to call him. So you are not the possessor of life. This principle is a very profound principle which must not be violated, because it will ultimately create disorder if you take it lightly. The life of your own children, the life of your wife, the nearest ones, they're all trust with you, and you should not violate life as such. That is why the Holy Quran emphasizes the role of saying Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, taking the name of Allah before you slaughter an animal, because that reminds you that I have no right on the life of any other form of life either. It's not a question just of human life. All life is sanctified by God, except that which He Himself permits you to take, or to, for the sake of higher purpose. So that's why you are told to say Bismillah. So even a wasteful attitude towards animals is not permissible in Islam. You must have a sound reason whereby higher form of life cannot be sacrificed for low forms of life, but low forms of life can be sacrificed for the sake of higher forms of life. So suicide is just a small part in the corner in the whole scheme of things, right?
So homeopathic medicine, do you first...
You're sitting next to an allopath?
That's why I'm a little bit nervous asking it. Is it necessary to first believe in it before it's going to cure you? Recently, a few weeks ago, I had an accident, but I found that paracetamol seemed to work better than arnica.
Yes.
Is it first necessary to believe in it?
Paracetamol would seem to act better in many other cases as well, but only seem, because paracetamol has no curative power over the injured parts of the body. It relieves the pain without ensuring any cure. But arnica will only work when it also cures, because whatever little effect you feel is not a direct influence of arnica over nerves. It has none. So it's not a pain relieving medicine at all. So when it improves the health or fights with the injury, only then its success is transferred in the form of you feeling better. Otherwise it has no drug effect whatsoever. See? But if arnica failed, it is quite likely that there were some other ligaments or other parts of the body which needed repair and which lay outside the influence of arnica.
I see, yes.
So it is not just a haphazard system of you taking arnica for everything. There are other things involved. If a chronic injury is revived, arnica would do nothing about it.
I see.
And maybe you need ruta or some other hypericum and things.
Yes.
So it also depends on which part of the body is hit and how deep the injury has gone. If it is around the bone tissue and the wrappings of the bone,
Yes.
which are threaded with very fine nerves, arnica has no influence over there whatsoever.
Oh, I see.
There's Stephysagria, Hypericum and other such
Yes.
remedies which deal with nerves would be needed. So a layman's approach does not work in homeopathy, but it works. That's the advantage of paracetamol.
Mm.
It works with everybody. You blindly take paracetamol and forget about it. That is escapism.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, yes.
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 Next, please. Doctor. No, with no offense to Doctor, of
Oh,
course.
no.
None should be taken. Right. Please, Doctor.
Two verses of the Holy Quran, how do we reconcile them? One is إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ
That's right, yes.
Yeah, that there won't be any fear on the people who say Allah is our Lord,
Yes,
and are
that's right.
steadfast. And the verse of the Holy Quran says, وَلَا نَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ, that we will try them with khawf. In one place,
Maximum wale.
there's one place there's no khawf,
Yes.
and the other place they will be tried with khawf, with fear.
Both are, they relate to each other.
Yeah.
إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. When the fear comes, only then is the time when some people say, God, Lord is our Lord, Allah is our Lord and He is sufficient. So it cannot be said without any fear. That is the trial which is mentioned in this verse.
Yeah.
The first verse you read begins with the trial, a situation trial. Because إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. Istiqama means you remain steadfast and firm and upright against all the influences to unbalance you and to throw you away. So if a tree stands upright during the storm, then you can say istiqama. It fought back all efforts to the contrary and stood its grounds. But if there is no wind, it's just calm day, you never say istiqama. You say qama, stood up. So a man can stand, and for that istiqama is not the word. You say qama, he stood up. But if there is a wind blowing against you, the factors are all try to push you around, push you down and defeat you. And then you stand up, say Allah is our Lord, I don't care what happens. That is the trial mentioned in the second verse. So the trial comes at a time of fear, sorrow and other similar things, loss. If you are steadfast, then descend angels upon you, saying that don't fear, God has listened to you and He is with you and He will remove all your worries. Right?
Yeah.